YouTubers, also Toten back here, and welcome to my Kino Toten Easter egg series. What you're seeing now is in the starting room, actually right to your right, in the little bars, all the Perca-Colas, if you guys haven't seen that. I mean, it's kind of funny. It's something right next to us, and I think a lot of people may have overlooked. I'm not exactly sure if you have or haven't, but in case you're not familiar with this series, it's a series in which I go through map by map, showing you all the Easter eggs I know up until that point. The series is never over, because new Easter eggs can always be added. So there you go, guys, and on to our next Easter egg. Moving on, we have our writings on the walls. We're going to come up and show you them. There's Beware of the Six, which is the classic one that everyone kind of try and put in some other shape or form, and I think it really is Beware of the Nova Crawlers. It was our first introduction to them. Then we have Luminary Code in the theater. That's really tough to see. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to decipher it myself. Then we have Samantha, Emily, Abigail written in the dressing room inside here, which is really interesting because this was like our first look at her name, but it does not include Maxis at the end of it, which kind of made a couple people scratch their heads. The next Easter egg is Erosion Leads to Damnation. I think that's what it is. I'm not exactly sure what the first one. It could be Corrosion or Erosion. And then the next one is Knowledge Itself is for the Taking, and that's right over the power switch in Kino Toten. The next Easter egg is Manhattan Down. It actually is spelled out in the letters on the ground right next to the Shi No Numa Rock that you guys can activate the song with, but that'll be a later Easter egg, as well as the radios I'll show in a different video. Outside the map, I found these like newspapers or flyers all littered within this car. I thought it was really interesting, and I'm not really sure what it means. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Here's the location of one of the many teddy bears in Kino Toten. This one's behind this, or is on the stage behind one of the little artworks or stage props, and you can actually see the teddy bear leaning out of the prop box it's in. As well as you can see, these are the walkers that were experimented on, and they ended up they were humans at one point, and that's why they were wearing shorts. They're not monkeys. The walkers are humans, and they were kept in these jars. So there you go. Now in the Pack and Punch room, we have a bulletin board similar to Riese, but this one doesn't have as much stuff crowded upon it. There's two words you can translate on there, and they are Dutchess Manor, we are marking Sie Frieg, which translates into Hold on man, we'll finish them, and underneath that message reads Ja ja Scheiße, which is yes, yes, sure. And excuse the German, I'm shit at pronouncing anything in English, let alone other languages, so that was just a rough guesstimate on a very pixelated picture. So there you go. But that is the actual translation for you guys. Tell me what you guys think the map is, because I'm very curious myself. I wonder where that map location is and what they're showing. Next, we have pictures from Riese of the first Hellhound and a zombie body. We saw that back in Riese, and once again shows up in Kino Toten, as well as pictures of brains and the different ways of working with manipulating the mind. We can also see Dr. Maxis, MD. This was his desk and his workshop up in this area. There's also a shard of the Element 115 meteor as his experiments were continuing in here. We have his field operation manual on the deck. It's just a whole desk overlooked of Easter eggs that a lot of people don't really seem to give too much credit for, because this is where Maxis worked, and this is where all kinds of absolutely crazy and astounding things happen. And there you go, some good looks at the test tubes and his little workspace here and the meteor. It's just crazy to see. And I did bump up the brightness for you guys so you guys can clearly see it, because a lot of the time these rooms are very, very dark. In a transition room to the power room, we can see our walker experimented guy in a tube, actually in one of these boxes, as well as we have a note underneath the stairs. I'll explain more about that when we get to the projector room, when you teleport into those 4 special rooms in a future episode. But you can get a nice little look at it here. It shows some really neat things, and it's more or less along the lines of how the walkers were made. As we continue along here, we have the portraits of Dempsey, Takeo, Richtofen, and Nicolai. Notice Takeo has had a facelift since World at War for some reason, maybe to make it better with the storyline. Something is just a little off, it seems like, that they would change that, and we still don't know why they changed that, as well as the 4 other portraits that are in the back room. You can see in the spawn that are 4 blanked out pictures, as well as a blanked out picture. The main thing is the Mexican that was murdered by Richtofen. Now for the posters. These are very, very confusing, and even I'm not sure if I completely understand, but I'm going to read you some of the stories, and I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments below. So here we go. Faust, that's the one with the devil poster on it, and Faust goes, Faust is a movie about a man who sells his soul to the devil in return for courage and more. When the man's time is up, the devil comes to get his end of the bargain, but the man is not having it. They have a bit of a fight, and then the man ends up winning, and he keeps his soul. So that's Faust. That's kind of like a little, I mean, that's a very harsh interpretation of what Faust. The Die Bismarck poster ends up talking about how a ship ends up crashing off the coast of the English shore. And the last one, the Pi Gamel, I really couldn't dig up any information on that, though. Each of these seem to have some kind of metaphoric way of twisting the story, like you can argue with people from Yuri in the Ascension group, with Richtofen in the pyramid, Samantha inside the pyramid. You can spin it all sorts of ways, but I'm not here to tell theories at you. I'm just reporting the Easter eggs for this series. So tell me if you guys can dig any deeper and find out more about these mysterious posters, because this has been out a long time and I have still yet to really get a definite, defined, clear answer from anyone about these posters. To end this final Easter egg video off, I'm just going to give you slow motion of the Kino der Toten teleporter. I should have did this for Riese, and maybe I'll go back and update the video where you guys can just see all the images in slow-mo on the teleporters. I checked them all out. They're all the same. Each teleporter, because there's 4 boxes, because when you teleport, you go to a box outside the map where the zombies can't get you, and there's just this spinning wheel here where you get those cool images. And with those images, you can't have all 4 people in there or they'd bump into each other. So they put, when you teleport, you get teleported, each guy gets in a separate room. And all the rooms have the same spinning image, for Kino at least. I checked that out. I haven't really gone into too much depth on Riese. But regardless, this is a good majority. I think it's like a minute. I had a minute, so it's going to be like 2 minutes in slow-mo of what pops up on it. It's just the normal, same old stuff we're used to seeing, just the zombies popping up. And a lot of people like to make their, oh, look at this little image here. Maybe that's a monster, but tell me if you're seeing some imaginary monsters in there. I think it'd be really cool. I want to thank you guys for watching this Kino der Toten episode 1. I think we'll have 1, 2, maybe 3 episodes because of the radios and stuff, but this is going to be a shorter one than Riese for sure, and we'll be moving on to 5 as quickly as possible. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy it. If you I put a lot of time and effort into these things, and it's tough, especially when certain programs don't want to cooperate, like Vegas right now. But I do appreciate all the support you guys give me. Make sure to subscribe for more zombie news, updates, Black Ops 2 information, and Easter eggs. I mean, I'm all over this. Just released was the Nuketown zombie map. All excited about that. I'm sure you are too. And zombies is just going to be absolutely wonderful. And I'm really feeling that this is going to be my favorite Call of Duty of all time, even if it's a bust, because of just the zombies has to be good. It just has to be. I don't know why. I just got that feeling that it's got to be good. And tell me if you guys are excited for it too in the comments below. I'm RadAwesome27. I'm just going to let this play out for you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.